Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us. Deb Way is here from the Baxter Regional Medical Center's rehab unit, and we're just going to talk about rehab today, right?
Yes, I just wanted to come and share with y'all that we're doing a new promotional thing about the first step to home. We celebrate July 4th for our independence as a nation. Rehab, every time we discharge someone, we celebrate independence. It may be modified and different than it was before you got to us, but we celebrate the fact that you're back to a level of independence and can go back to your home. And right now we're discharging about a little over 60% of all of our patients are discharged back to their home.
Wow.
And that is quite an accomplishment for the patient, because we deal with people who've had strokes, they've been in car wrecks, they have multiple trauma, they've fallen, they've fractured their hips, and maybe they have other issues on top of that. So when we can get them back to the level to go back home, that's what keeps us coming back.
Because now you're an occupational therapist by trade. So you do the fine motor skill things?
We do the fine motor, and we do what's called activities of daily living. It is the OT that would teach you the modified bathing and dressing. Shaving, putting on makeup, combing your hair. We're the ones that teach you how to do modified cooking.
Okay.
We're the ones that look at the big picture and eliminate things that aren't necessary. So we teach you another way to achieve your independence.
Oh, okay. Well, my son had an accident a few years ago and had to go through physical therapy to the walk and all that. But then they also had an occupational therapist to come in, and
we do a lot of upper
shave.
body.
And I just I didn't know the difference. And I guess the fine motor skills stuff didn't really occur to me. I thought, well, we need to get him walking again. We need to get him doing all that stuff.
Into place.
And everything will fall into place. But they had to work with him and had him drawing with this hand and drawing with that hand. And
Correct.
Is it true when you have an accident or trauma or something like that, that you lose those skills? And can you not gain them? Are there situations where you can't gain them back?
You may not gain them back the way you'd done them previously, but you can gain them back in different ways.
Okay.
When I brought the BioNest, the electrical stem splint that we use for neuromuscular rehab, we can actually retrain muscles that will tell the brain that you're doing it and record it and open a pathway. So we do a lot of things like that. But one of the biggest things that an OT will do, we're all about the adaptions, like how to make things easier, whether it's learning how to do things a new way, or learning how to use a tool to achieve the end, like
the famous
reacher,
sock puller
the sock aids, all those things.
But you just don't think about stuff like that. And if you talk to anyone who's had even just a minor injury that's kind of sidelined them for a little while, they'll say, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Just simply like not being able to lift your arm above your head, or not being able to, something incredibly simple, how that affects your daily life, let alone someone who's suffered some sort of traumatic event.
With our stroke patients, the thing that to me is always so frustrating is when they have aphasia and they can't tell you things, or they'll use the same word over and over, and you're thinking, where are we going? Why are we doing this? So we reduce it down to task specific. We use pictures to identify and to move forward and to work on that. But I think a great many of us don't realize how, when we're going about our daily lives, how everything is in such sync. We may have a backache or a twinge or whatever, but it's not enough to slow us down. But when we get slowed down, I think that's when we really become aware that the body has to work in sync in order to achieve whatever we're doing in our lives. And we tend to, at the unit, we run 7 days a week. We do 3 hours of therapy a day. It's a very intense program. And we get up every day, we get dressed, we eat in a dining room, we don't eat in bed. We automatically move you from being sick to the recovery mode of we're up and we're moving. And we have great success with that, because that helps with how you see yourself and how you see the issues or whatever's happened to you. I'm a firm believer the minute you get out of a gown that's split up the back, you're healed. I'm sorry.
The minute your hindquarters are covered
Really,
sufficiently.
it's such, you know, it's just such a more positive
Yeah.
thing because it's more normal.
Well, then I have what about writing? Who teaches people writing
OTs
again? You do that?
teach people to write. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We've even, like, if you're left dominant, we can help you learn to do a signature and to do writing with the right. And if you're right dominant, you can switch. And it takes a lot of practice, a lot of time, and a willingness to want to do it.
I bet the
And
frustration level's high.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And you need to be thankful for every little thing that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
You got to stay positive. Just my basic personality, I tend to joke with my patients, you know. Like the first few attempts, I tell them it's okay. They're going to be, you write like your doctor.
Yeah.
Now let's
Yeah.
practice
Yeah.
so we can read it. So you have to help
Yeah, go with it.
people put it in the right perspective. I guess it's the old adage, is my glass half full or half empty?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think if you're living, it's half full, and the adaptions bring you the pleasure and the quality back to what you do.
Wonderful. Now I see the word Parkinson's though.
Oh, yes, you know me and my groups.
Yeah.
Parkinson's Support and Education is at the Maroc Family Center. It's 11 a.m. on the first Wednesday of every month. Jean Gaylord and I help with this. This last month, we talked about yoga. We talked about stretching exercises. We try to stay very active with the people that we discharge so that we can help them stay motivated and positive and moving forward. So we have this group that we offer, and then we offer a stroke support group, which is the second Wednesday of each month at 1 p.m., and that's also at the Maroc Center on Aging. We do a lot with our caregivers to help them figure out ways to take care of themselves as they're going about the daily caregiving routines. And we also then help them listen to what the patient may be saying, because, if you're taking care of someone day in and day out, you can be very frustrated. You can sometimes get angry because, I've told you this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just human nature, and that's the way we are. So coming together in this group, we can talk about what do you do when you need a break? How do you time out of a situation like that? How do you remain focused? And, I'm a firm believer, it's okay to say to someone, I need a time out.
Yeah.
I love you dearly,
But I've had all of you I can take.
but I need a time out. I'm going to go sit over here and drink a glass of water or watch Oprah for 30 minutes or whatever. So, we try to do those things, and we do bring in yoga, we bring in dietitians, we bring in pharmacists, we bring in different people to continue to bring education to the patient and the family.
If you have someone out there, can they call you directly for more information
They can
about
call,
what they should do or how they should proceed?
870-508-3300.
All right.
They can ask for Jean Gaylord or myself, Deb Way, and we'll be glad to hook you up and get you coming to us.
All right. Thanks,
But
Deb.
Rehab has to be, a doctor has to
Right.
recommend. Okay.
A doctor
Yeah.
has to write the order, and
But they can get more information from
Right.
But they
directly
can
from
call
you.
you
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and see,
Oh,
and
yes.
you can say, well, you need to call your physician and tell him what you've
Yes.
told us.
I can go to the home and screen patients. I can go to a doctor's office and screen patients.
Cool.
You don't have
Yeah.
to be in the hospital 3 days to come to us. We don't have the same guidelines that a nursing home would have, since we don't have to do that. So we go out to the community and bring people directly in.
Oh, well, good.
So
Good,
it's a
good.
nice plus, because sometimes you may need rehab, but you may not need an acute stay in the hospital.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And I brought each of you a little gift
Oh,
today.
good.
A pen and
Oh, well.
some Post-it notes.
Oh,
All
Thank you
right.
very
I need
much.
to take some notes.
So when y'all are writing, you can look at that and you won't forget my phone number.
That's right. I'll put Deb on here. I'll
There you-
practice my writing. So
There you
that,
With your
go.
left hand.
Yeah, that's right. With my left hand, maybe it'll come out better than what I
Yeah,
usually do.
you do need to make some distinction in your letters.
Yeah,
My
look at
letters
that.
now. Well, I do,
Doesn't
I
that
knew
look
what I
like
was gonna
Leilu
say.
Norfolk?
Leilu Norfolk.
No, L-A-K-E. That is L-A-K-E.
And then
That's
Independence Day is in Suspenster.
INDEPENDENC.
Friends
the
of
the last
something.
ENCE got a little wacko, and then my D got a little wacko.
You
It
would
looked
never.
like DY.
I need to get a camera and shoot that.
You
so
know,
that
that's
people
the
at home
beauty
see
of
it.
our perceptions.
Yeah, exactly.
You wrote it, you perceive it the way you
That's
thought
right, it looks
We're
fine to
reading
me.
it and
Yeah.
we're perceiving it off of the alphabet system, and we're going, huh?
Yeah, it's my very own pictographic form of writing. I'll just put this down
As
right
long
here.
as
Yeah.
you know it, that's what's
I
important.
can do that. Yes.
Deb, thanks so much for
Oh,
coming.
thank
Can
y'all
you
for
come
having
again,
me.
please?
Yes,
Please
I
do.
will.
And bring some of those cool gadgets.
We like
Hey,
the
I'll
gadgets.
bring the gadgets next time.
We like the gadget.
Up next, we're going to go to Kyle Tardif. Is that right?
Yes.
Tardif, I got that right.
Tardif,
Ozark
T-R-D-I-F.
Opportunities.
As long as
Stick
it's
around.
spelled correctly on this.